Okay, so that is sharing. So I'd love to hear any kind of questions, what you hope to get out of this webinar, where you are now in your business. Have you an online business? Um, what is it you're actually, what stage are you at? So I'm just going to close that now. Okay, so if you want to post, yeah, Deirdre, I can't see any of you, so a couple of you are checking. So basically, you're panelists. So basically, I'm hosting the webinar. So this is a little bit different. So I often use Zoom meeting. So this is Zoom webinar. And sorry, I have a bit of a sniffly nose. Oh, you're in your PJs, Deirdre. It's okay. I cannot see you. You are safe. Okay. So let me just start this. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know that you can see my screen. Bum, bum, bum. And we're going to start this webinar. So you're very welcome to the how to create and launch your first or your next online program. Now, I know if you're like me when I first started, I had great ideas, I had great plans, and I eventually did create my first online program, but the plan was in my head for a long time. And even if you're further along than say someone who's beginning and you've already got your online program created, when you want to create the next online program, it's funny because you still have to go through the same process. And sometimes when you're further along the line, you may think to yourself, oh no, I don't need to do that, but you actually do. So I think no matter what stage you're at, you're actually going to get a lot from this masterclass tonight. So what I promise is that by the end of this webinar, you'll feel more confident. You won't feel confused. You'll feel really clear about the journey, about how to actually bring your program online, how to create it. You'll understand the workflow of actions that are required to create and launch your program. Now, there are so many different ways of doing it, but there is a particular structure that you can follow, and you will have clear guidelines on how to do that at the end of this webinar. You'll understand how to avoid 3 key pitfalls. So I'm going to be sharing with you, like, I made all the mistakes over the last 7 years. So I'm so excited to share these with you so that you don't have to do the same thing. So you get to bypass those. So specifically what we're going to cover tonight, the clarity of who you are, what you sell, and who are you selling it to. This is key. And believe you me, I actually tried to bypass that when I first started because I thought, no, I just want to get into the part of creating and launching the program. And I wanted to sell it. And I didn't realize that the key part of the clarity is actually what sells the program. So I'm really going to help you focus on that tonight. I'm also going to teach you how to create your online program and how to launch your program. Okay, so that's what we're going to be specifically looking at. So I'd love you to give this webinar the full your full attention. So if you can turn off your phone, if you can grab a notepad, and if you have children, not sure what time zone you're in, maybe try and ask your partner or spouse to take over right now. I'm lucky mine are in bed. So who am I and what are my results? So basically, I have been online for the last 7 years. I have 649 customers online. I've sold programs in 7 countries: Ireland, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, France, Greece, Latvia. Actually, the United States should be in there as well. My online income has increased 44% in the last 3 years. And one of the things that I've really learned over the last number of years is to create multiple revenue streams. So I've created around 7, probably past 7 at this stage, revenue models of income. And that has helped me triple my income over the last number of years. And the funny thing, I'm not sure if I've actually written this down, is that I've actually been able to reduce my hours over the last couple of years as well. I've produced around 7 or more online courses of my own. I've had academies, membership sites, masterminds, all different types of online programs. And I've mentored my own clients then to go and do the same. So all of my launches have had 5-figure incomes. I've gone from, like, I'm quite an extrovert person, but I can also be quite an introvert person. Like, actually getting online, doing Facebook Lives actually um, caused me a massive amount of anxiety. So I've actually come through a journey of not being able to like have panic attacks about being online to now just going and doing it. So that's kind of another thing that I intrinsically help my customers with as well. I've ran my own large events of 16 speakers, 120 attendees. I've had the whole thing filmed. And one of the biggest things for me is that I've gone from charging when I initially started working for myself. So I used to be a software engineer. I used to work 14 years as an employee, to then going to ask people for money. I used to charge people €80, and I've now gone to the stage where I have VIP clients, and some of my paychecks are actually 10,000, which is a big change, and it's quite nice. So gone from working 9 to 6 to now working kind of half days, Monday to Friday. That's the way I work, and I do the odd evening like I'm doing now with you. So the best part of this, and the reason why I started online, is basically when I did start, I was pregnant, I had small kids, and I wanted to be there for my kids. So this is the reason that I started online. And I think it's a lot of the reasons why people actually want to expand their business, expand their income, is because they actually want more free time for themselves and basically to spend with their family and their friends. It comes down to that basic need. So let's see if we can help you get the same. So my truth is that I didn't want to be dependent on someone else's income. I wanted to earn my own income. And I think that was a massive motivation for me. And for you, I would love you to kind of, as I'm describing this, I'd love you to check in with what your story is. And if you can have a notepad as we're going along and actually just take some notes and think about for you. So why do you want to do this? Everyone is going to have their own reasons. Everyone's going to have their own motivation. You know, and I suppose one of the key things, and I didn't realize this until lately, until I really thought about why did I really start? And one of the key things was that my mum was always there for me when we grew up. And I didn't realize it, but I wanted the same for my kids. And I worked in corporate for 14 years. And I didn't want to go back to those crazy hours. Like, I worked crazy hours as a software engineer, and I really didn't want to go back to that. And one of the biggest reasons why I started was, at the time, we were in a recession and we were contemplating moving to the UK. And as great as the UK is, I didn't want to move countries. So these were all of my truths, and I'd love you to just jot down some things now as to why you want to basically create your own online business, okay? So you are in the right place, and this is the webinar and the masterclass for you. If you are looking for more customers, if you want to grow your business, but perhaps you're already exhausted because you're working very hard, if you can't seem to get organized, if you're good at what you're doing, but your income isn't reflecting it, and I see so many people who are in a very similar situation, and possibly your relationship might be suffering, because I know when I was starting out, it's very hard to actually get everything going, keep all the balls in the air, and this might be a key point that might stand out for you. If you want to grow your business online, but you're actually scared about putting yourself out there, and that is normal. So don't worry about being scared about putting yourself out there. Just, all I say to people is take one step at a time. And as you take the steps, your confidence is going to grow. So if you want to create an online program, this is definitely the place for you. You may feel overwhelmed and confused about creating an online program and you're not sure where to start. So don't worry, we're going to help you with that. You may possibly want another stream of income that isn't dependent on you being present in your business, and possibly a backup income, you know, in case you're going to be sick or something happens in your family and you can't actually turn up physically to work. Then you'd like another stream of income coming in, and maybe you have knowledge that you just want to package that you can sell, and maybe you just want to create. A lot of people who work with me, they have this whisper that they actually want to do something big it's crazy. It's not crazy actually, because I have it myself, right? I want to reach a lot of people around the world. And it's just, if you have that whisper, and if you know what I'm talking about, if you maybe just type one, if any of this is resonating with you, just type one in the chat box and let me know, do you feel that any of what I'm saying connects with you? Okay. And you may be at the stage where you are so busy, you don't see your kids, you're so busy with work, and you're just kind of going around in that spin cycle. Okay, so let's have a quick look at, where's my mouse gone? Ooh, lost my mouse. Okay, the joys of the technicality. Okay, let me see. Oh, I've lost my mouse. Okay, I'm going to skip for a minute. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is resonating with a lot of people. Okay, all of it, all of it, all of it. Everyone can relate to this. Okay, fantastic. This is all part of, recognizing the awareness of where you are right now. Okay, so let's go back. Hang on, I've lost you all. Let me just make sure. Joys of being live. Okay, so let me just get out of here. So I'm actually going to I'm going to go, can you just make sure you can still see my screen as well, please? Take a drink of water. Okay, so Kenya says, I have 2 jobs completely not related to my qualification. I've enough of not having time for me and my creativity. I want to learn and how to sell my art. Yeah, that is really, I'm glad you said that, because when I first started, it really, nobody tells you that when you start working for yourself, you have to learn how to sell. And then I know I got into this big thing about, oh my God, I don't want to sell. But then I really did learn that eventually that you're not selling, you're just providing a service, Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go offline for 2 seconds and have a cough. Okay. So I'd like you to imagine where you want to be when you create your online income, when you learn how to do all of this, so that you have income coming in, you're working and your income is increasing, and I want you to get into the feeling of this. And why I'm doing this is because, honestly, you have to believe that this is possible for you. It's one thing having the system, but it's another thing actually implementing it. It's another thing actually putting the work in, taking the steps. And the difference between you and someone who doesn't actually go and do the steps is that they possibly don't have the drive, they don't have the motivation. So it's really important that you connect now with how much you want this. Okay, so these are just some quick tips, 3 tips right now. So you need to get clarity on who you are, what you sell, and to whom. You need to create an online sales funnel. Now, if you don't know what an online sales funnel is, it's okay. We're going to learn about it, okay? So basically, an online sales funnel is, if you picture a funnel, and at the top of it, there are people who want to connect with you. They see maybe a Facebook Live, they see an email, they might see a webinar, they might see let's say if it's an art piece, you might be sharing like a Facebook Live of you actually creating an art, an art, a picture or a painting or whatever type of art it is you do, and they begin to follow you, they begin to get invested in your story. So basically what you might do then is you might offer them something free, so that you might exchange your email with them. Okay, so this is the funnel and we're going down the funnel. So when you exchange something free with them and they give their email address, that's called a freebie. So they then enter in your funnel and you have their email address. And this is where you can start a communication channel with them. And you might send them specific information that other people on your Facebook page or in other channels won't get. So you might send them some more content that they are interested in. And eventually, as they begin to get to know you, as you understand their problems and their challenges, and it can go across the board in any business. Actually, I'd love you all maybe to comment on what it is you do, so that I can begin to relate this then to your specific business. So for Kenya, who sells art, then you need to understand who is your customer. Is it a corporate client? Is it someone at home? Are they in an apartment? If they're in an apartment, they may want smaller pieces. Are they in like a bigger house? Would they want bigger pieces? What kind of style is their house? What colors? So this is really important to understand. This is where getting into who you are, what you sell, and to whom is super important. So this is where the sales funnel comes in. So the sales funnel is where you begin to gather people into your community, into your email list, and then build this bridge of communication, and then literally just offer them what you sell. And there's nothing to be icky about selling. You're literally just saying, here, this is what I do. Are you interested in it? And if you like it, great. If not, no problem. So the biggest thing then that I see is people want to create online programs, or they want to sell online their physical products, and they don't set deadlines. They don't actually have an accountability, and they don't hold themselves accountable. So they are some quick tips that I think really help now. And the biggest one is get a mentor. So I've been mentoring people for the last 7 years, but I've also had my own mentors. And the years that I didn't have my own mentors were the years that I possibly made very expensive mistakes, the years that I took longer to get stuff done when I would have had it done quicker had I had a mentor. Okay. So very quick history, software engineer, 14 years of me. I detoured and became a nutritional therapist. And this is when I actually got my first business online. I sold my first program. It was 12 weeks. It was €12. And I made €540 in one weekend. And that was when I knew I was on to something. And that was back in 2012, 2011, I think that was. I've been teaching social media for years. And so over the last 7 years, I've been mentoring people how to literally do the exact same thing. So you may believe that only the people, the big kind of rock stars that you see online who are making millions can actually do this. But they all started where you are now. And this is where I started as well. I started years ago, literally going, I think I can do this, no more than the Thomas the Tank Engine, I think I can, until eventually you get up the hill and you actually make your first online sale. And I had a couple of my clients there. One new client, she only signed up with me 4 weeks ago, actually, and today she told me that she made €1,000 in her first online program. So like literally, I swear to God, she is so not tech savvy at all. And she's just over the moon. Another client of mine, she sent a message saying, I got my first online sale, my first PayPal beep. So if you are beginning to create an online business, I would highly advise you download the PayPal app. And getting those beeps into your phone is it's just brilliant, because it's just like, it's money in the bank, and you could be anywhere. You could be in the playground, you could be in the creche, you could be in town, you could be on a train. So how would you feel if this was the way that your business could work? How would it make you feel if you had an extra 1,000 a month, an extra 500, an extra 5,000. And eventually you will be going into the higher numbers of an extra 10,000 in your business. Now, as I said, you may also believe that it has to be complicated. It has to be techy. Now, in truth, there is two ways of doing this. You can be high tech and have all of your systems set up, or you can be high touch. So for someone who is not techy at all, there is another way of going about creating your online business. And that's basically about being more present, about being more visual, about doing more Facebook Lives. And just basically, that's called high touch, low tech. And the other one is like high tech. It can be low touch as well if you want, it depends. So don't let not being techy hold you back, okay? So all I want you to do is to imagine if it could be easy, imagine if you can do it your way, and imagine if you had the support you needed to actually guide you into this. So you may be scared. So what I want you to do now is connect with your vision of what you want to create. You're connecting with your soul and what your true desires are. And this may seem trivial, but have courage. It took me many years to realize that I actually had to have courage to go and put myself online. And I had to like literally just take all of the steps and get there. I knew I would get there. And I think that's the one thing that kept moving me forward. So I really want you to maybe just write down a couple of words now. What is your online vision? So in a year's time from now, this is super important. So just write down a couple of words. What is really important for you in a year's time? Where do you want to be? Just share with them. I'm just going to check the chat box here again. Okay. So write in a couple of words. Where do you want to be in a year's time? Just let me know what is coming up for you that you would love to do. Okay, it's a bit slow. Yeah, so just let me know, and I'll see the chat box blinking away there. Okay. So, how would it feel to create that business? What if you really believed you could do it? How different would it make you feel? So step into that vision now, and trust me, this is all part of you actually stepping into the possibility that you can do this, okay? So today, we're going to help you transform your knowledge into products. We're going to help you learn how to step into the power of doing an action to create results. And we're going to help you connect with your true voice that you want to share. And this true voice, I just want to speak a minute about your true voice, because when you see so many people online, it can be very easy to model other people. It can be very easy to, and you may not even know you're doing it actually. It can be very easy to aspire to other people. But after a while, what I'd love you to do is to connect in with your story, who you are. Because the more you do this, the more your own voice will come out. Because as you begin to do your Facebook Lives, you may put on a persona, you may put on, and you don't even know you're doing it actually. And you have to really actually ask yourself, is this me? Am I being authentic? Am I being myself? And make sure there's no BS, basically. So that's really important. And that's something you learn over time. So don't worry about it right now. So let me just check the checkbox here. So Margaret says she's open to possibilities. Lovely. Eileen says more fun, less work, more time, more freedom, financial stability. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so then. Okay, so specifically today, as I said, we're going to cover the clarity, how to create and how to launch your online program. So the first thing that's really important is the one thing that I have learned in the steps that I do to help people is I help to shine the light for people on the path. I help them see how amazing they are. I help them believe in themselves, and I help lead them to their success, teaching them the strategy, the systems, the implementation, and just guiding them to that place. So in this class, I want to teach you as much of that as I can now. And hopefully you'll get as much as you can out of this. And by the end of it, I'll show you how you can work with me more at the end of this webinar. So the clarity on who you are. So if you have your pen and paper out, I want you to write down in one line, if you can, maybe 4 lines, who you are. What is it you do? Okay. Now, tips on how to actually clarify this might be, I help people XXX, so they don't have to YYY. Okay, so let's do that again. I help people XXX, so they don't have to YYY. So you fill in the X and the Y, whatever that is. So I help, for me personally, I help people expand their business online so they don't have to work 9 to 5. I help people expand their income, their business online, so they don't have to be present at work all the time. You know, so what is it you do that helps people, and why does it help people? So I help people XXX, so they don't have to YYY. And I'd love you to share any of these that come up. I'd love you to share in the chat box anything that comes to mind. So whether you and you may think that, like, because there may be a lot of different businesses here, so you might think, how can that apply to me? So I create art to make people happy. So let me think. So that their homes are filled with joy. You know, so I'm trying to think outside the box here. So for people who have different businesses on this webinar, so let me see. Somebody shared one. What do we have? Erika says, I help people find their bliss so they don't have to live an unfulfilled life. I love it. That is really clear. I really, really like that. So they don't have to build an unfulfilled life. That is really good. Anyone else want to share? It's a really great sentence. It really helps people. That one sentence really helps people get super clear on who they are and what they do. Okay, so once you're clear on who you are, then I want you to ask, who are you here to lead? Who are your customer group? What is the category they're in? So if you were to gather a group of people in front of you, who would they be? What age would they be? What sex would they be? And you might have a couple of different groups. So think about who they are. And I know this, you might have done this exercise 1,000 times, but it is so important. I really can't harness enough how important this exercise is. So who are they? Who, you know, kind of think about the problems, their challenges, what they're going through, how your business can help them, and what do they look like? Like, identify with them. Are they kind of someone like yourself? So let's see, there's some more. So Sandra says, I help couples tell their love story on their wedding day. Oh, lovely. Okay, Sandra, I would love you to add in, I help couples tell their story on their wedding day so that they have a memory box, or so that they have a story to reread when the times are tough, or to keep with them through the rest of the marriage. I help couples tell their love story on their wedding day so that they remember their most special day, even, you know, sorry, I can't really think of your particular thing, but if you can add in, I help couples XXX so they don't have to, whatever that is, and that the don't have to helps your customer identify why they would want to work with you. Okay, I help people set up and promote their business on Facebook so they don't have to spend their time trying to figure it out. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I think you have it really clear there, Margaret. Yes, I would maybe add in something else there, Margaret. So they don't have to, yeah, so they don't have to spend time. So they don't have to spend time trying to figure it out and can do what they're really good at and use the time to do what they're really good at. Sandra, they have the perfect wedding experience. Okay. Sandra, I think we need something else there. I because they don't have to work out the details to make their wedding unique. Ah, okay. Now you see, we're getting clearer. So are you a wedding planner, Sandra? To make their wedding unique. Okay, because initially when I saw your thing, your post, I thought you were doing like storytelling or something. Whereas now, oh, you're okay, you're an officiant. Okay. You performed the wedding, amazing. Okay. So then, okay, I need to go back and just check what you wrote. I help couples tell their love story on their wedding day. So let me see now, Sandra. I help couples tell. I help couples get married. I help couples. I marry couples. Gonna have to think about that one. I marry couples in a unique way. I marry couples in a unique way so that their love story is unique to them. No, I'm going to have to think about that one. Okay. Come in to make sure everyone here joins the Online Stars group because we can bring this on tomorrow. And because that is going to bug me that we get. It's about connecting to the wedding rather than to be focused on the details such as venue, dresses. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm actually going to think about this tonight, Sandra, for you. I help couples. I help couples create their own true love story. Oh, yes, here we go. I help couples create their own true love story so that their wedding isn't lost on the details, but made on the love, or something like that, right? You actually, the more you write, this is really good. So the more you write, the more. This is why this is so important. And the more you write, the more details would come out. Eventually, you'll get there. And clarity takes time. It really does. Okay. So Diana says, I help people look and feel their best to improve their confidence. So they don't. So you're missing that little piece there, Diana. I help people look and feel their best to improve their confidence so they don't feel XXX when they Y. So I'd add in another bit there, Diana. Lindsay says, I help professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can up-level their career and start the business of their dreams. Okay, I like that. I help professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can up-level their career. Okay, I would possibly, so up-level their career. Okay, I'd possibly do another one and just do this so they don't have to stay stuck. So the don't have to helps the customer identify, right? So if you said, I help professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can up-level their career and not remain stuck at the same level for years. So that would really, I think that line would really identify with women who are, possibly gone through a few maternities and they're at the same level, they've been overlooked, and start the business of the dreams. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this is for business and start the business of the dreams. Okay. Sorry. I thought it was for people in career. Okay. So I would clarify that, Lindsay, because I'm a bit confused whether it's for people in career or whether it's for people who are starting a business, or is it for both? And if it's for both, I think you need to tailor it a little bit more so they can up-level their career and start the business. So is it for people who are going to leave a job and start a business? And this is where the clarity is really key. Okay, it's for both. Okay, so then in that case, I think we need to, I had professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can up-level their career, and so they can up-level their career and get out, so they don't have to feel stuck in their job. Yeah, if you're going to do it for both business women, I would have two. Yeah, let me see. How are you going to do it? I have professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can up-level their career. Or, I think you need to change the and to an or start the business of their dreams. Okay, I have professional women discover their inner strength and confidence so they can so basically so they can get away from feeling stuck to either up-level their career or start a business of their dreams. Yeah, I think that or, change the and to an or would be, yeah, I think change the and to an or and you're actually set. And I would put in the word stuck, because they're either stuck in their career or they're stuck wanting to start a business. So put the word stuck in and change the and to an or. So Kinga says, I'm going to design clothing with my art printed on it. Oh, fantastic. Small collections, unique. That way people can feel special and show individuality. Wow, okay. So I help people look and feel great in amazing clothes so that they can stand out and express themselves. So they don't have to be part of a crowd. Okay, I like that. Margaret says, I help people experience a Reiki treatment so they can get their energy moving. Okay, so I know a lot about Reiki. So I did actually do my level 1 and level 2 in Reiki many, many years ago. So I help people experience. So I wouldn't even mention the Reiki treatment. I would say I help people shift their energy. I help people shift their energy and let go of any emotional baggage that might be keeping them stuck so they can move on with their life or something like that. Because it definitely is all about letting go of that energy and realigning their energy. That might be another word. Actually, I help people realign their energy, let go of anything that is keeping them stuck so that they can move on with their life. I like that. Okay, so let's keep going. I hope that was helpful. Okay, I enjoy that. Love that stuff. Okay, so we've got a lot of clarity on who you are and what you're doing. So who are you here to lead? Who are you here to serve? Who are your customers? So if you can take like 1 minute and literally write down now, who's your customer? Who's your best customer? Who have you sold your products to? And like, when you think back, who was the best customer that ever bought from you? So take a minute now to write that down, because this is the person that you will want to work with, that you want to shape your products into, okay? Okay, so, and why do you want to lead them? Okay. So the next thing now is, what do you offer your customers? So we're going to talk a little bit about pricing here. This is really, really important, because a lot of times people start out and the clarity takes way too long. So I often do clarity days with people, and I help them really thrash out their business, thrash out their offers, and how they can actually create a stepping ladder. So when people come to you, they may not know you that much, they may not trust you that much, so they may want to just buy something small. So it's important to have like what I call a snack pack product, which is something that is maybe within the region of $0 to $50 or euro, okay, or pounds, whichever currency you're in. So let's call that the snack pack product, right? $0 to $50, or maybe $0 to 100. And then you have the next product range, which might be 100 to 300. And then if you kind of think of it as going up in steps, and these are your products that you can offer and create. Now, you need to think about what are the packages that you're going to offer your customer. And for you to understand what are the packages you're going to offer your customer, you also need to understand what are the challenges your customer faces and how do they want to work to get that resolved. Like, it might be a small challenge. It might be something that you could work with them for 4 weeks and that would help them get it resolved. If you sell a product, it can be a little bit different depending on the product that you're selling. So like, it could be a wedding outfit, it could be a different type of funnel. So what are you going to offer your customer? So what are the packages? And what I want you to think of then, if you think of it as in a line that goes up here exponentially, then how can you map? This is your customer journey, by the way, okay? This one line that you can see me here doing, right? This is your customer journey. So as you bring the person on the journey, what are the challenges? So you might start off solving a small problem or challenge for them. Then you're going to solve a bigger problem or challenge for them. Then you might solve a bigger problem or challenge for them. So what are their problems? What are their challenges? And what solutions can you offer them? And then what are the prices that you are going to offer with those solutions? So as the solutions get bigger, your prices are also going to increase as well, okay? And what this helps you do is that it helps you start off with a low price product, and it helps you get these customers on board at a lower price product, and it helps you bring them along, and it helps them get to where they want to be. Up here is where this customer wants to be, by the way. So you think about, where is the customer when they join you? And where is the customer when they're up here? What is that journey looking like for them? So let's just say it's health and fitness. So that person might come to you and they're really not healthy at all. And then up here, they've absolutely mastered their health. So it may be like a short 1 or 2 week program that they come on initially with you. And then they decide they want to work more closely with you, either one-to-one or in a small group. Then they want to really maybe take like a year-long program with you. And by the end of this, they're really super healthy. So just kind of think about that for a minute. So what is the journey you want to bring your customer on? So I'm just going to check the chat box here. Okay, so Margaret says she's a computer applications trainer, and my best paying clients are those who needed to upskill their staff on a one-to-one basis. Okay, so that's quite different from the Facebook, Margaret. So think about, so these might be 2 different offerings you'd have. You might have a corporate offering, and you might have like a SME offering. So think about, for you, Margaret, think about, okay, so you might have 2 streams. You might have 2 customer journeys. One is either the sole trader, the small business who has maybe 0 to 10 employees, or then you have the corporate clients who want their staff trained. So think about, for you, maybe just clarify which one of those are you going to think about during this process that we're going through here. So now that you're getting clearer on what it is you're offering, I want you to think about what your income goals are. So let's say, for example, what is the extra income you want to create through your online business? So for example, my client who just made €1,000 yesterday, she created a 10-day program. The early bird price was $29.95. So $29.95 multiplied by, she made 34 sales. That was €1,018.30. So she made 34 sales by selling that at $29.95. So when you think about how much you want to increase your income, just say to yourself, right, on a monthly basis, how much extra would I like, to help stretch my business, to actually maybe have extra money. So maybe just type that in the chat box, how much extra you'd like a month. So this will then help shape your prices. It will help motivate you to actually do it. Okay. So can you create a product ladder that matches the challenges of your customers? So just like what we were talking about there. So when I say a product ladder, I mean have a product that's a lower price and then your products increasing in prices then. So that kind of like a VIP. I told this story to my mastermind group. During the summer, we went to Spain. We went to Barcelona and Valencia. And we got the train from Barcelona to Valencia. And I brought my parents with me. And when I was booking the train, there was a VIP coach. So I said, well, I'm bringing my parents. I'd like to treat them. So I booked the Preferente coach section of the train. And as I said to my mastermind students, there is always someone who will want the VIP of whatever is on offer. So the thing is, you don't have to wait a year or 2 years to do this. You can do this now. You can add on a VIP section onto your offering straight away. So think about that. I'm just planting seeds here now, okay? So let's go on another bit. So we do this. So then clarity on your knowledge, right? So what part of your business could you package into an online program? Okay, so I see someone is flashing their little message. So let me just see. So Deirdre says, thinking that as offering confidence building, I could start with a 10-day anxiety and alcohol program to a full retreat. So I take it there are 3 different programs. So a 10-day anxiety, a 10-day alcohol, or is it the both together, Deirdre? I'm not sure, because I know you work in both sections. Definitely a full retreat. And I would start off with Deirdre, a 1-day event for you. Because I know myself, I've done retreats and I love doing retreats. I'll be holding some very soon as part of the Create and Launch Mastermind. When you haven't done a full retreat, I would work my way up to it. I do a 1-day, I do a 2-day, and then I'd maybe do a 3-day. Okay, so what part of your business could you package into an online program? So we're getting more into the meat now of how you're going to create your online program and what's it going to look like. So we've already talked about who your best customers are, and we've talked about mapping out your customer journey. So when you think of what part of your business could you package into an online program, I want you to think of your best customer and think about the journey from the start to the end, what you did with them, how it worked, what you gave them, how long it took, and that is literally going to translate into your online program, okay? So the lack of clarity is what I see an awful lot, is what holds people back. So let's write it down now. Let's put it down there. What is your program name? You may think, oh my God, I don't have this right now, but I want you to write something down, or I want you to write down a good few different things that your program name could be. So your program name is going to be what's the problem you're solving and how can you convert that into a solution, right? So your program name is a solution to a problem. Write down the length of time it's going to be and write down ballpark pricing. What's the price of your program? And then I want you to think about, actually, let's just do that first. So write down, I'm going to give you a minute to do this. Write down the name of the program. Okay. Write down the name of the program. Write down the challenges that your customer has. Write down just anything that comes to mind, and you may just start writing, because when you write, it actually really really helps massively. Okay. anything that comes to mind. Sorry, just went live on my Facebook page there for a minute. Okay, so let's see what you guys have. Okay, let's see. Oh, Fear Fighter. Love that name, Deirdre. Fear Fighter, £297. I can explore your creativity. I was doing art workshops for years. Okay. Explore your creativity. Very good. Like that. And think about then, Kenya, how you can. So definitely it could be a workshop that you do in person. But is there something that you do that you could teach online? That could be something that you could actually run, that you could create videos for, that you could teach and actually sell it alongside your creativity side. Like a friend of mine, she designs handbags, and we had this discussion around teaching people maybe one particular part of your craft, like a particular type of art, like let's say for this lady, teaching a particular way to cut out a design or a template. So I do collage. Fantastic. So you could teach kids, you could teach adults, you could teach families how to create collages. I'm not sure, I think you need to brainstorm this, but I think there's massive potential to teach the knowledge and experience that you have. Yeah, there you go. So you could teach kids on how to do collages. So let's get some more program names there. Okay, let's see what else you guys have. Okay, so I hope you're all getting great value out of this and learning. Okay, so we've written down the program name. Now I want you to have an idea of the length of time, right? So my biggest advice for people, my first online program was 12 weeks. It was crazy long, way too long, way too long. And my best advice is when you create your first online program is to create it short, either like 10 days, 21 days, 28 days, 4 weeks, 6 weeks maximum. Because you need that time to get through your teething problems, to learn how to run the program, to learn how to manage your customers. And if you do it too long, then you probably won't make, first of all, you probably charge too low price, you won't make the money, and you just need a short program to get you started and off the ground, okay? So pricing. So here's my take on pricing. There's two ways you can go about this, right? You can start off with low prices, right? And I often say to people, sometimes you need confidence to actually learn the prices, okay? Or not learn the prices, but you need to get like the muscle, the online muscle working. You need to get into the flow of how to create an online business, right? And it can take time. Like one of my mastermind students there posted just before Christmas, and she said, this particular girl had anxiety attacks about doing a Facebook Live 12 months ago, right? And she posted in our group, and she said, look at me, I'm running 3 online programs and I'm sitting back and I'm not stressed. And it was so funny, because that is exactly the description of learning the online muscle, right? It's getting into the groove of the tasks that you need to do and having your programs running smoothly. So when it comes to pricing, you can start off low prices and then work your way up. Personally, that's what I've done probably all of the time. And I've taken leaps. So when I first started off, my prices were like extremely low, €12. And then I went up to like 47, 97, 147. And then I took bigger leaps. So when I created, so I do a clarity and an implementation. It's a 1-day experience. I wanted to charge 2,000 for that, and I wasn't able to actually take that leap to charge 2,000, even though I knew when people left that day, they actually left with a business. They actually left with a complete online business working. And so I started off and I charged 597, then I charged 997, then I charged 1500, and I eventually got my way up. So sometimes you have to go on the pricing ladder to build your confidence and to build your testimonials and to kind of get to that stage where you know you can do it. So don't be afraid to start your prices low, get your testimonials and get going, okay? So your sales projections. Now, I'm not going to go into too much of this, but sales projections are really important. How much do you want to make? How much? So basically, like, let's just say like that client I was telling you about. So you might say, I want to make 5,000 over X amount of time. Then you need to set the price of your program, and then you need to divide that amount by the price, and that will give you the number of sales you want to make. It's a bit more than that, but that is a quick gist of it. Okay, so in the Create and Launch Mastermind, which is the mastermind that we run, we blast through the fog to create your first online program, and I help my students launch it within the first 90 days. And what I have found is that, and this is why the mastermind is 12 months, because it takes time to actually launch your program the first time, right? But you need to do it multiple times to actually master your program, get your sales funnel really working, and then actually going on to your next program. So when I ran the Create and Launch Mastermind last year, I had clients in that mastermind, and they created multiple programs. So you can create and launch multiple programs at the same time, but we always get started with one. So we create and launch your first program within the first 90 days. Okay, and we build your community and we get you some online sales. Okay, so now that you have an idea of your program, you need to create it and you need to launch it, okay? So this was one quote from Dervla, lovely lady in my program last year. And she said, it's very evident that Martha puts her heart and her soul into her clients and really wants them to succeed and become the online star that she knows is possible. And I do feel that for anyone who is interested in becoming an online person and making more money online, then, you know, you have that potential within you. And Dervla says, trust, faith, and patience are required in yourself and the process. With the support of Martha and the rest of the mastermind group, you will move forward and shine like the bright, shiny star that you were meant to be. So everyone has the potential to do this, okay? So how to create your online program? Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to create the outline. You need to outline the content of your program. So we've done a lot now on clarity. We've done a lot on who you are, what you're selling, who your customer is. So what you need to do then is you need to outline the content of the program. Get that down into how you're going to lay out the program, okay? And then you need to design the program. So when I say design, I guess I actually mean create it. So you need to decide, is it going to be videos? Is it going to be PDFs? Is it going to be emails? Is it going to be hosted on Facebook? Is it going to be hosted on a membership site? And you need to create a sales page for the program. Now, as I said earlier on, people who are high touch may not. A client of mine, really, really, really incredible woman, not tech at all, didn't want to go near the tech at all. She never created a sales page, and she sold thousands upon thousands of this incredible program that she had. But that was just her. I would recommend a sales page for most people, and for her actually to go to the next level, she needs to create a sales page. So for your systems to get automated and for it to actually get out there to the world, you need to have these parts of the jigsaw in place, okay? So that is creating your online program. Obviously there's a lot more to it. Can't go into all of this tonight because I'm just watching the clock. The next thing you need to do then is you need to create a payment gateway. So what is a payment gateway? Basically, you need to create a method for you to get paid. There are many ways in which you can do this. I go into this more in the Create and Launch Mastermind. We plan out every section I'm going with you through here is we do everything in the Create and Launch Mastermind group. So the payment gateway could be PayPal, Stripe, it could be Samcard, it could be Thrivecard, multiple ways to actually set up your payment. And believe it or not, it is so easy to set up your payment gateway. So you can actually accept payments straight away, very quickly, even if you don't have a website, by the way. When I first started, all I had was a Facebook page and a PayPal account. So very, very easy to do. The next thing you need to do is you need to create an email sequence. Now, you may say to me, what is an email sequence? You need an email manager to actually build up your community. So what's an email manager? Applications like MailChimp, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, Aweber, even though I wouldn't really recommend Aweber, GetResponse. So the three main email managers that I highly recommend are ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and MailChimp. MailChimp is probably the easiest one for people starting off, and the reason why it's easy is that it offers a free, so for people signing up, you can sign up to MailChimp for free and you can build your list. And I'm not going to go into that now, but building your list is the most important thing anyone in business can do. So I might do another live class and we can go in more into that. So an email sequence then is basically a series of automated emails that will go out when your online program is running. So how are you going to host your online program? So your online program can be many different ways. It can be an email program that goes out via email. It can be a Facebook group and a couple of PDFs. It can be hosted in a third-party application like Kajabi, Teachable, Thinkific, or you can get a plugin, which is the cheaper one. And I often recommend this. A lot of people, when they're starting off, the problem is sometimes they can sign up to all of these subscriptions. It costs a lot of money and you're still learning how to make money. So what I try and do is teach people how to do it and get started without paying out too much in subscriptions. Get your program created, get your online sales coming in, and as your money increases, you can then improve the technology you're using to get your program out there. So the last one I was talking about there was basically a plugin. If you have a WordPress website, you can use a plugin like Wishlist Member, Member Mouse, a whole pile of different ones, Optimize Press, lots of different ones, Thrive Themes as well. So that is how you create your online program. So then to launch your online program, so you need to define your customer, which we've kind of done. You need to really do it in more detail, which we would do in the mastermind. You need to define your launch dates. So the benefit of doing a launch is that there's a build-up, right? There's a build-up, and there are multiple ways of doing launches. You can do live events, you can do live webinars, you can do challenges, you can do like a 10-day video tips. So many, there are no rules to this, but there is definitely a structure and a workflow. So it's about defining your customer, defining your launch dates, creating a freebie to build your list. So you need to give something to get people to connect with you, to help them to get to know, like, and trust you. And then it's about creating your sales funnel. Woohoo! This is what we were talking about at the start, okay? So the sales funnel, every business has their own unique sales funnel, and you may not be clear on yours yet, but this is what we help you do in the Create and Launch Mastermind. I will help you define your sales funnel, okay, so that you have a method of building your community, a method of building your list, a method of converting those people then into customers to get money into your bank account. Okay, so that is your sales funnel. You need to create a path for them to get to know, like, and trust you, and that is the path that we bring them on the sales funnel. And then you need to define your open and close cart dates. So when are you going to, so basically your online program might be a start date and an end date. Your online program might be a membership. Your online program might be an evergreen program that is self-study and sells from your website. So depending on all of these small logistic things, you need to decide on is your launch an evergreen launch, or is there an open date and a close date to your cart? And this is the time when you're going to sell your program. Okay. So I'm just going to check questions. Anyone got any questions? Because I'm after going on there quite some time. Level up. Okay, so I think we're good. If you have any questions, just come back in and let me know. Okay. So, is this what you want for the end of 2018? You have online products, you've new income streams, you've finally set up and automated your business, and you're spending more time with your family, and you are beginning to reach your goals for 2018, perhaps unlike 2017. And you sabotage yourself less and you get more stuff done. You're more organized. You don't feel alone anymore. You are flying with a flock who support you and motivate you. And you're beginning to change your mindset into a whole new growth mindset of potential possibilities. And you finally have your big vision coming into action, which is just incredible to see that. So if this is what you want, if you want to be more organized, feel in control, and no longer feel lost in your business, if you want to have a plan and a strategy, then I would love you to come and consider the Create and Launch Mastermind. So if you're ready to get out of your own way, and if you're finally ready to get online, this might be something for you. So Dervla was a member of my mastermind last year. Dervla came to the mastermind with no clarity of her business, didn't know what she wanted to do. By the end of the mastermind, she was super clear that she wanted to work with women who were in business. She wanted to help women to tap into their brilliance. So Dervla is a specialist in EFT and energy, and powerful woman. She's actually so good that I actually signed up to one of the programs that she created. So I'm actually a member of her program, which is incredible. And she helps women really understand how powerful they are, change their mindset. So basically, by the end of this, Dervla had created 2 online programs. She was super clear on what she was doing, and she had launched 2 online programs. So the Create and Launch Mastermind is a 12-month mastermind. If you're interested in this, I'd love you to maybe just type 1, and I will keep telling you some information about it. I'll just let you know a little bit of information. There are 2 levels to the program. In the 12 months, what you're going to do is you're going to create or launch 1 or more programs in the 12 months. Okay. There are 2 levels. The first level is called Evolve, and the second level is called Fast Track. Okay, the Evolve level is basically, I'll just tell you now, this is it actually. There's going to be daily and weekly accountability. There'll be a group mastermind call a month. There will be a 3-hour call to build your systems and your sales funnels live together. Okay, so we will actually, I'm going to be giving you tutorials and helping you how to do this. We're going to set your goals every 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. So the one thing that I have learned over the years is accountability. And there'll also be Create and Launch training videos, guides, templates, and worksheets. So that's what you get in level 1. Level 2, the Fast Track. This is quite smaller because there's so much more in it. There is all of the above of level 1, except instead of 1 call a month in level 2, you get 2 calls a month. You get a hot seat on every call in the Fast Track. And there is a 3-hour systems call every month also for the Fast Track. We set your goals 7, 30, and 90 days. There's also training videos, guides, and templates. You also get 4 live in-person 1-day events. So you will come to an event every 90 days and you will meet with me every 90 days. That's a bonus. There's an incredible community as part of both groups. With the Fast Track level also, you'll get 2 hours done for you service from my online marketing agency. So if you need stuff implemented, you are going to get 2 hours done for you. You are going to get 4 4 one-to-one sessions with me throughout the year. So every 90 days, you're going to get a session with me every 90 days. And I'm going to include something really different as well. And this is definitely a bonus. And this is for health, mindset, and energy webinars. Because the one thing that I've definitely learned is that to go higher and higher in your vision, you need to really be in the right mindset, the right healthy body. And that is going to be just a bonus I'm adding in there. You're also going to get 4 big business life vision board calls. And this is so important because this is about, it's one thing about setting your goals every 90 days, but it's another thing taking the time out to actually create them. And for you to up level in your mindset, for you to up level in your vision of what you want to create. So that's the big vision board calls. And then there's another bonus in this as well, and it's meditations and affirmations, audios. There's going to be a whole pile of stuff thrown into the fast track that is essential for you to actually keep your mindset going, because over these 12 months, we are going to be creating, launching, delivering. You're going to be getting new customers, and you need to really be open to receiving, okay? So this is another customer of mine, Gemma. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. Really enjoyed working with Gemma last year. So Gemma came to the mastermind group last year. She had a business for 7 years, but she really had very little online. She's nothing at all. So by the end of Gemma coming to the mastermind, she had created a 4-week energy booster program. She created a 12-week energy support program. She had moved her radio over to a podcast. She also created a VIP program that she was just creating at the end of the 12 months. She increased her community by 1,000 people. She made, I think probably most people on the mastermind made their mastermind investment back and more. I think they all had 5-figure launches. So Gemma, by the end of it, I think one of the biggest things for her was she wanted to create, this year she's actually doing a master's. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Gemma. And she wanted to create an income stream that she could run so that she could actually go and do her master's. So she now has all of that created, and she can now go and do her master's and actually just set up those online programs to run. So for anyone who signs up with me tonight, I have a really incredible offer. If you sign up to the Create and Launch Mastermind with me tonight, you will get a place on a very special VIP Clarity group call. It's for 4 people. The call is going to be 4 hours long. It's like a mega masterclass where we're actually going to get a lot of your clarity work done. We're going to get your online program defined so that then the 12-month mastermind, you can actually just leap into the 12-month mastermind then even faster. So that 4 hours VIP call is worth €597. So for anyone who signs up to the mastermind tonight, you're going to get a place on that VIP call where I'm going to work specifically with you one-to-one and in this group call as well. So what does it work to you to actually have all of this implemented by the end of 2018? I know for myself over the years, if I could squeeze all of the 7 years knowledge and give it back to myself, I wish I could, but I can give that to you now. So if you're interested, I would love to work with you in 2018. So I hope it makes sense to you. Does it make sense to invest in this to actually get your program done? Like that client who worked with me there just before Christmas, she invested in a 6-week program, and in 4 weeks she had recuperated a third of it already. Now I have always invested in myself and my business, and it has, every time it has definitely paid off. Every time I invested in myself in a mastermind or in a mentor, I took what I learned and I always up-leveled my business. I increased my income and I decreased the hours that I worked. So for me, it has always paid off. And I have had years where I didn't actually sign up for a mentor and I always regretted it. because that is the time that you're going to make the mistakes. That is the time you have no one to ask the questions of, how are you going to do this? How am I going to get support? Or if you're having a down day, who's going to keep you accountable? And this is what you get in the Create and Launch Mastermind. You will get people to support you. You will have me. I am there to kick ass for 2018. And I'm there to coach you, mentor you, and support you, and really guide you through the steps that you're going to need to take. So just to recap again, the level 1 Evolve is daily, weekly accountability. It's a group call once a month. Sorry, I'm just going to check the questions. I see questions coming in here. Which of your skills you like? Yeah, so Margaret, you're asking what is not sure which of your skills you would like to turn into an online program. Is there help to get clarity? Yes, that is all part of the mastermind. I will take you from not knowing what to put into an online program. Sorry, I need to take a drink. Yeah, so I will take you from not knowing what to turn into an online program into creating and launching it. Okay, so I'm going to have to, sorry, I need to do a little cough. Sorry about that. I am better just turning off the video and muting the 1 minute. Okay, so yes, the level 1 Evolve, really, really lovely group. You'll get the call once a month. That is going to be like probably a 2-hour call. If it needs to be a 3-hour call, it'll be a 3-hour call. We're going to do the 3-hour systems call every 3 months. Okay. So basically, we're going to set up a new system every 3 months with you. And then, so within the first 90 days, you're going to create and launch your online program. Okay. This is without a shadow of a doubt. I'll be kicking your ass, getting you along the track and making sure that you get the work done and that we get the program out there and we launch it. We're going to be setting your goals every 7, 30, and 90 days. And you're going to be getting access to the Create and Launch video training guides, templates, and worksheets, okay? And just to recap again, the fast track, there's going to be 2 calls a month, okay? So the fast track is more supported in that you get more access to myself. I am probably on your case even more in the fast track group. There is 4 live events in the fast track group. The level 1 Evolve is fully online, whereas with the fast track you come, and the benefit of coming together is kind of a bit of magic kind of happens when people get in the room together. You also get the 2 hours done for you service. You get 4 clarity hours with me, 1 every 90 days to make sure you're on track. And there's the added bonus of the webinars, your big vision calls, and we also do the meditations and the affirmations, and they're kind of bonus stuff, but they will actually really help you massively. Okay. And I am just like you. I started out in this business, didn't know what I was doing. I was a mum. I never ever thought, I think when I started, that I would be where I am now, and I'm so, to be honest, if you don't mind, I'm quite proud of how far I've come. It's really, really yeah, it's a proud moment for me. So if you're interested in the Create and Launch Mastermind, this is the link. So marthafraser.com/create and launch mastermind. I might just bring you into the page. I think I have it open. Let me just see here now. So this is the Evolve. Let's just see if we have it here. If you have any questions, guys, shoot, okay? I'm just going to stop the share for a minute and I get this open. So just go to marthafraser.com slash, and if you look and work at me, you can see the mastermind section is there. Just going to share my screen again. Share the screen. Okay, so this is the page where you can come and learn more about the Create and Launch Mastermind, okay? So it is starting January 11th, okay? You can come in here and just check out, we've got some of the testimonials here. So you can pick your mastermind. Level 1 is Evolve, okay? Level 1 is €3,000. Level 2 is Fast Track, and that is €6,000. So I'm just going to come in and click Evolve. So what does that mean? What does that mean that you have to pay to be part of this mastermind, to actually create your online business, to create multiple new online revenue streams for you and your business, and to learn how to do this? So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can pay in full and pay the 3,000, and you save €1,000. Or you can do payment plan. There's 2 different payment plans here. Up to you which one you pick. You can pay 1,000 now, or you can pay 12 payments of 250. Or this is probably the easiest one to get started with, and that's pay 500 now, and then 12 payments of 300. Okay. So as I said, over here on the right, you'll see all of the different things that you get with this mastermind. It's a really good mastermind. Like, it's 12 months of me coaching and supporting you for 12 whole months. I'll be kicking your ass. So keeping you accountable and making sure you stay on track and get your online business up and off the ground. So that is the Evolve one. Okay, so let's go in here and check on the other one, which is the Fast Track. So the Fast Track, as I said, instead of 1 call a month, there's 4 calls a month. Sorry, instead of 1 call a month, there's 2 calls a month. There's also the 4 live one-day events. There's the done for you service. There's the one-to-one calls with me every 90 days. And then there's all the other stuff that I put in with it as well. So for the Fast Track, the Fast Track is €6,000. Again, you can pay in full and save €1,000. You can pay 500 a month. Sorry, you can pay 1,000, or you can pay 1,000 now and then 500 a month, or you can pay 500 now and pay 550 a month, whichever suits you. So if you feel you're ready to kind of leap onto the mastermind, if you feel this is for you, then if you sign up now tonight, then you will get access to that 4-hour clarity call with me, which really will break through any kind of fog you're feeling at the minute. So you can come on here and learn more about the mastermind, and just see, I mean, it's literally everything that I've told you tonight. This is Alison, actually, by the way. Alison was a Pilates instructor, and she came on the Create and Launch Mastermind last year. Alison is an incredible lady. Pilatesonline.ie is her website, and she had no online business last year. She was afraid to do a Facebook Live, and by the end of the Create and Launch Mastermind, she created Mama Lattes, Restore Your Core. She created a 7-day fitness Kickstarter. She created a burn program, which is 28 days. And then she actually also joined up with another member of the group, and they created Blitz and Burn. And she's an incredible lady. She made a very nice amount of money during the 12 months. And she also created, I think, over 1,000 people in her free community as well. So really, really incredible. If you have any questions, and if you're interested in joining the mastermind, I'd love to hear from you. Let me just go back to the PowerPoint here. So let me just see. So that is what the mastermind is a bit. Okay. Oh, Deirdre says, you every right to be proud. Thanks so much, Deirdre. Thanks for that. So you can look at the link if this is something that you're interested in. go and have a look at the link. So it's marthafraser.com, create and launch mastermind. Let me just, okay, so have a bit of a technical problem. Here we go. Okay. And that's lovely Alison there. So I want to ask you something. If all this program did was to create your offer, to get your clarity, to get all of your products online, to create a sales funnel, and to help you massively get through that clarity fog, would it be worth it? You know, this is where you kind of think, do I want to be in the same place this year as next year? Or do I actually want to be taking massive leaps in my business? You have to think about this for yourself. What is it worth to you? This is where really you kind of have to make that decision for yourself, you know. My real question really is that when you think about what is the alternative, what will you do if you don't get the support of a mastermind? And I know, honestly, having people around you who are going through the same thing, who, it's like, do you know when you go running and you're running your own and you run at such a speed, and then you run with a group and you kind of, you force yourself to keep up because you don't want to fall behind. This is where being in a group of people in a mastermind will help you get further in your business than you could ever get on your own. So if this is something for you, I would really, really invite you to really think about it. Think about investing in yourself, investing in your business, and how much this is going to bring your business on. Okay. So if you're ready, you know, if it makes sense to you, if you feel it's exciting, if you feel this is something that would really, really help you, and if you can understand how this works, if you have any other questions, just send me an email to martha@marthafraser.com. We can jump on a call and make sure that this is the right mastermind group for you. And if you're getting it, and if you can see how it can help you, I would really love for you to be part of my community and my mastermind group, where I help you create and launch your online program in 2018 and build your online business. So this is the link. It's marthafraser.com, create and launch mastermind. And if you want to join, so let's say you do join, what happens? So as soon as you join, you will get access to the community. You will be added into the Facebook group. You'll be added into the membership site. I would probably ring you myself personally and jump on a call just to get to know you and to get connected in with your business and just see where you are and what you want to do. And we'll be starting January 11th. Before January 11th, we're going to be doing a call about setting the vision, setting your goals, and getting everything in place. And then we are literally going to be starting the week of January 11th on laying out the outline of your online program, setting your launch dates, and actually planning your launch. So if that's something that you want to do, you know, just click on the link, go to marthafraser.com/create and launch mastermind. Or if you go to my website, marthafraser.com, and if you click on work with me, mastermind is underneath that, so you can join there. So that's it from me. I hope that you've got a lot of valuable information from this webinar. I hope that you've learned about how you can expand your business, your mindset, your clarity, and get really get a lot more information from your customer and how your customer can help you actually create your online business. So that's it from me. If you have any questions, I'm here if you want to ask me some questions. If not, we'll probably sign off now. So as I said, the mastermind starts in January, the week of the 11th. For anyone who wants to take the bonus of the VIP call, you can sign up now. Let me just check. I see somebody signed up. Okay, so someone is after signing up to the mastermind group and they're after taking the bonus. So let me just check that there now. Okay. So, okay, that's fantastic. Um, so anyone else wants to take that bonus, you have tonight to sign up. So go and have a look at the sales page, see if it is for you. If you want to talk about whether I'm a right fit to be your mentor in 2018, you can definitely come on a call with me and we can go through what fits for you. And that's it for me tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed getting to know you and some of your businesses and what you are doing. And if you make sure you're in my free group, the Online Stars, because I'll be doing some great training in that group over the next couple of weeks. So that's it for me. I am going to sign off now, and I will see you all in the mastermind group when you decide to sign up. It's going to be a brilliant year in 2018, and I will talk to you all there. All the best. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye. King says good night. Deirdre says good night. Brilliant. Okay, see you guys. See you in the mastermind group. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.